Hi, this is Ogres, and this video review is on the WWF Raw from November 26th, 2001. It is past the 20th anniversary of that show. Today's recording date is December 1st, 2021. It is now 10 past 7, 7:10 p.m. This is my first video in over 6 days that I'm recording, so let's just have a look at the stats for that Raw. Not that. Where is it? Yeah, those takeovers. Where is it? Ah, here it is. Okay. Yeah, I've been busy since last weekend. I went to my first live wrestling show for the first time since July of this year. It was in a different location, but it was in the same city of Melbourne, the same state of Victoria. It was in Melbourne this time. The last time I went, it was outside of Melbourne. So, excuse me. All right, so this Raw took place from Oklahoma City. That's what I've got here. Oklahoma. Okay. Alright, let's get into the review. Well, before I get into the review, actually, yeah, I've been meaning to record this video since last weekend, but I've been super busy with other stuff. I'm only just now getting around to it. I'm also going to do the Survivor Series 2002 video review, which I was supposed to record over 2 days ago. And then I'll do the, what was the other thing I was going to record? Yeah, Impact Turning Point as well, which would have already aired over 9 days ago now, and I finished watching that show just a day after my last video recording. So, but anyway, let's get on to this video review of WWF Raw, which was live from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, which is JR's hometown. The opening segment was Ric Flair airs grievances to Mr. McMahon. Then there was a promo in the ring. Mr. McMahon talks about his new club, which continues on from the Raw After Survivor Series, and that's already on my Raw After Survivor Series video review. You'll know more about it in that review. Then there's a promo backstage. William Regal and friends rejoice. Match number 1 was Jeff Hardy versus Christian in a WWF European title match. Yeah. So yeah, this episode is about what the Undertaker did. I'll get to that soon. But yeah, the opening match was a European title match. Christian ended up winning by pinfall and retained his European title. Then there was a promo backstage. Team Extreme has words among themselves. Match number 2 was Devon Dudley challenging RVD for the WWF Hardcore title, but RVD won by pinfall, retained his Hardcore Championship. There's a promo backstage after this. William Regal has to do his business. This is a funny segment, and then after this, William Regal and crew make a pit stop. This involved Bubba Ray Dudley, Tess, I think Christian was in there. And then Devon Dudley eventually came. Big Show was also in there doing his business. And then William Regal, he was peeing on Big Show's leg as Devon came in. And then they all ran out of there, and Regal also got out of there. Big Show was upset about this, apparently. So there was an interview backstage. Michael Cole interviews Stacy Keibler. And then after this, the third match on the show was Stacy Keibler challenging Trish Stratus in a Brian Panties match for the WWF Women's Championship. Yep, Brian Panties were starting to become a thing around this time in WWF. I believe this started. It started at the start of the Invasion angle around June or July, but I think the lingerie match was, the beginning of that. But the Brian Panties stipulation is different. I think the women wrestle in their bra and panties. I guess that's how it works. But Trish Stratus ended up winning this match. I think you have to take off the top and the pants to get down to the bra and panties. I think that's how the stipulation works. But Trish Stratus she won this match and retained her title by doing that, I guess, or by pinfall, I forget. So 3 champions have retained their titles in the first 3 matches of the show. Excuse me. Then there's a promo in the ring. The Rock discusses the World Championship. Match number 4 was Edge defending his WWF Intercontinental title against Test. This is a rematch from the Survivor Series match in that unification match where Edge would end up winning the Intercontinental title, but he ended up winning by DQ and he's still the Intercontinental Champion. Then there's a promo backstage. Mr. McMahon and Edge talk about the new club. And Angle talk about the new club. Match number 5 is William Regal versus Big Show, but Big Show ended up winning by DQ. Yeah, that's all I've got to say about that one. And then, the prelude as to what would happen later on after the main event. There was a promo backstage. Mr. McMahon talks to Undertaker about Angle. I guess Undertaker was still being a face at this point. But he kind of showed signs of turning on the SmackDown before this episode. But it was still in the face character at this point. But you could say something was going to happen with The Undertaker on this episode. There was a promo after that. Last Storm was working at WWF New York. And then match number 6, which was the main event, was The Rock and Kane versus Chris Jericho and Kurt Angle. But The Rock and Kane ended up winning by pinfall. So yeah, this night ended up going as I expected. There's a promo backstage. Mr. McMahon meets with Regal, Test, RVD, and the Dudleys. And then the ending segment of the show was Mr. McMahon tries to induct a new club member. After I think JR laughed at the fact that that Stone Cold beat the crap out of Mr. McMahon's backside. I think it was at after the opening segment of the show. It was the I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Stone Cold was beating his backside. I think that's what happened. Yeah, from what I remember. Wait, let me look for it because I don't remember if that was what happened or not. Let me just go. No, I think it was him and Angle in the opening segment. It wasn't Stone Cold at the beginning. They were just talking about him. Okay. The Vince McMahon Steve Austin segment was after the main event. So that makes sense. Okay. It's a very funny segment, actually. He was close to kissing his butt, but Austin low-blowed him and started whipping Vince with the belt on his butt. Then the former Alliance members came out and started beating on Austin. That's what their promo backstage was about, I guess. The fight broke out into the crowd. Jim Ross and Lawler were laughing, mostly Ross. Kurt Angle came out to help Vince get up. Vince asks Ross if he finds that funny. They go outside, throw Jim Ross in the ring. Angle held Jim Ross. Vince said that Jim Ross will have to kiss his butt. Vince pulls down his pants, and then Undertaker comes out. Vince grabs the mic. Undertaker grabs the microphone, gives Jim Ross his hat. 1 second. Sorry, there's something in my eye. Undertaker says, "You want Jim Ross to kiss your butt?" Taker says that in his 11 years, he's seen a lot of people come and go. Hogan, Brett, Shawn, etc. He said they all kiss Vince's butt in a way, but he says the person that kissed Vince's butt the most is him, Undertaker asks Jim Ross if he was going to kiss his butt. Jim Ross says, "Hell no." Do you want to kiss his butt? Hell no. He said. Ross said. Undertaker asks Jim Ross if he thinks he's better than him and knocks him down. Undertaker makes Vince wear Jim Ross's hat and makes Jim Ross kiss Vince's butt. And there you have Undertaker's heel turn. I'm getting that off. What is this called? Wrestling Recaps. The Wrestling Recaps website. This is from. Oh yeah, this is posted from 2011. So that sounds about right. So that's how that episode of Raw went off the air. So the Undertaker officially turned heel for the first time since, I believe, it was 1998 was the last time. This was back in the Attitude Era, so. But yeah, this heel turn was the most sadistic out of all of them because Undertaker was kind of in cahoots with Kane back in 98, but he wasn't exactly a Vince McMahon supporter in 1998. Well, he was for business sets, but in the storyline he wasn't. Anyway, so yeah, that's that episode video review of the WWF Raw from Oklahoma City and Oklahoma from November 26th, 2001. I thought the opening match was good. Second match was decent. Third match was very good. And because my favorite from the WWF, my early WWF days, which is 99, 2000, 2001, Trish Stratus was in this match. Edge versus Test, I thought was a great match until the finish, of course. And then the William Regal Big Show match was good for what it was, so decent, average. Then the main event itself was a great main event. And then that ending segment was well done. It was an excellent ending segment. So, as a grade, I give this Raw a solid B+, which technically means it's an A. And then as a score, this gets a 9 out of 10. Yeah, the best things on the show were probably the third and fourth matches, and then the main event, and then the ending segment. So, yeah, this deserves a B+, this episode of Raw. So, yeah, let me know what you thought about the video review in the comment section below. Like my video and subscribe to my channel. My next video review will be on... Let's have a look. What's my next video review going to be on? What did I watch first? It was Survivor Series, wasn't it? Okay, so I'll do Survivor Series 2002. I'll finally get around to doing that. Then I'll do Impact Turning Point. But yeah, Survivor Series 2002 will be my next video review. Alright, this is Vinogas. Peace out.